In order to stay motivated to do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, you have to see progress and get some benefits out of what you're actually doing day to day. Oftentimes, you can fall into one of the great filters of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Especially if you're a white belt, you can run into this phase about 2, maybe 3 months in where the newness has worn off. You've been consistently going to classes, you sort of understand the general pace of things, you know how to do the warm-ups, you've got a couple people that you're familiar with, and you've seen this quite a few times, and at this point you're relatively comfortable sparring. However, you've noticed that it seems like you're not making much progress, and in fact you feel a little bit more lost than you did when you first started, because it could be overwhelming, there's too much information. This is something that's extremely common and happens to almost everybody who starts off in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And in order to stay motivated, I would recommend focusing the goals and really picking out the benefits that you're getting from each individual class. My personal recommendation to avoid the overwhelm feeling of too much information is to get one individual thing from each class. Focus on getting one specific detail to get yourself 1% better. Whether that's a detail on a sweep or a submission to make it a little bit better, or one general concept as far as how to move from a worse position to a better position. Just get one thing from each class, and that'll stop you from trying to remember everything. A lot of instructors feel the need to explain every single detail to the technique, and I fully understand that. I have that desire myself too, because there's so much to it, but oftentimes you can only remember 1 or 3 things at a time. So just focus on taking away that one, and over the course of time in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, subconsciously some of those things you didn't remember will start to reappear, will start to stick again, you'll become more familiar with it. So you will start to see that progress, and if you focus right now on just one, you'll see progress much quicker that way. The other thing that you can do is focus on the other benefits you're getting from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It can be demoralizing if you're still a 0-stripe white belt and feels like you're not making any progress, but you're getting benefits from it. You should notice your body starting to change. When I first started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I was sore in almost all these weird muscles that I hadn't been sore in before, and I just knew I was getting stronger and faster and fitter and better at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even if I didn't consciously recognize it, it was building up over time, and those physical adaptations, being in better health, that's something that you're going to get a benefit from every single time you go to class. Regardless of if you learn or not, if you build up a sweat and you get going, then you cool back down, you're going to get some physical benefit to that. So focus on that as something you can use to stay motivated. Also, making friends. That's one of the best things about going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class is the people you meet. Oftentimes, they're very friendly, and I think the sport can bring out the best in people. It certainly can bring out the worst in people, but more often than not, I think it can bring out the better side of people. And they'll try to be more respectful and courteous, because this thing we're doing has a great degree of respect in it. When you're applying the tap and someone applying a submission and someone taps and you let them go, well, there's a lot of trust that was exchanged in that relationship, because you could have seriously hurt them or made them fall asleep or done something, but you didn't, right? And you let them go, and they do the same to you. And because of that, we're all getting better at this thing together, and it's lifting everybody up. And that really creates an environment where you can make friends and feel included.